Hello everyone, my name is Iris and I will be guiding you through a 60-minute Hatha Yoga practice today. So our theme today is equanimity. As we move, you might feel warmth, you might feel shaking, you might feel stiffness. The goal isn't to fix it immediately, but to stay with a calm mind. And even open your mind regardless of what the body is feeling today. So please sit comfortably. If your hips are tight or your lower back rounds, just making sure you sit on a block or a folded blanket to elevate your hips. So we will today become practicing some of the back fold, forward fold, some flexibilities. So making sure you take care of your bodies as you can. Take some breath before we begin. And let's get it started. Close our eyes. And take a moment to feel a warmth and of a presence, a kindness in your touch. Really feeling yourself sitting firmly into this moment. The shoulder relax and the face relax and the jaw soften. Let the jaw soften and you begin to become grounded and soften. And you start to be aware of your breath without changing it for now. Just observe the inhale and exhale through your nostril. Take a moment. If your mind starts to wiggle or wander, just let it be at the moment. Making sure the breath coming from your nostril slowly move into your lung and slowly move down to your belly. Take a feeling of it stays in your belly and then move slowly from belly up to your heart, to your throat, and to your nostril. And breath out. Exhale. Next, let's practice a few rounds. Making sure the breath is slowly passing from your nostril again, going down to your throat, to your lung, then to your belly. Making sure you see your spine is lengthened, the shoulder is down, away from your ear. Be mindful of your breath. And if you felt your mind start to be active, just let it as it is. Observing it, just focus on your breath. If you want, you can put your hand either in your shin or on your thigh, or you can also bring it to the center of your heart. Set attention for today's practice. Whether you want to invite to the flexibility of today. And then take a breath in, take a breath out, and we will start to whistle our wrist. So take our hand out and let it parallel and bow it down to facing our shoulder. So practicing to let our elbow be flexible. Let it out. Let it bow to the shoulder and let it interest to our shoulder and make it a big circle around our shoulder. This can open our shoulders, make it more flexible, and also be mindful of your spine. So making sure your spine is straight and lengthened. And now let's open our arms wide and high to the top. Take a breath in, a breath out. Make our twist to our right. Put the left hand on your knees and twist it to the right side. And now twist our necks. Just give it a round track of our necks. Circle it and to look at the opposite on the left. Stay a little bit minute. Then hold our arms on the top. Inhale. Let it be center and twist to a left side. Making sure the spine is lengthened. So the same thing, we round our neck. Make our necks round and look to the right shoulder. Okay. Inhale. Be center. Look up to our arms. Make it down beside our hips. Okay, so let's try. Just touch your toes together and really open your hips. And then let's shake our knees up and down. This can open our pivot floor and making sure we have flexibility at our thigh and our hips. Now, slowly making sure touch our knees, make it together, hug our knees, and then slowly transit to our table positions. So hands down, knees down to the floor, and make it a table position. And we're gonna do some cat-cows. So first, let's tuck our toes, and round our spine. So the hand has to be grounded at the floor and then round our spine. Inhale, round our spine. Exhale, tuck our spine. Okay, let's do it again. Inhale, exhale. So let's try the opposite way. So do a cat-cow. Inhale and exhale, round our spine. And we can swing back and forth to help our wrist be flexible. So tuck to up, front and lower. So in any time, you can actually go wide your knees and touch your toes and then set your hips. So push your hips back, move your hands as far as possible and really touch your chin at the floor. So this way you can always stay in this child pose as you want, to making sure you feel safe, you feel grounded at the same time. So when you move your hips, just trying to push it forward in the back. Yes, very good, very nice. So sometimes you can choose to widen your knees a little bit, touch your toes, and sit back. Correct. So you will feel this spine is actually very, very expanded, right? Okay. So all the time, if you feel discomfort, you can always come back to this child pose. All right. So from here, we inhale and lift our hips up. Tuck our toes, lift our hips up, downward facing dog. So in this downward facing dog, because today is the first downward facing dog, so you can pedal your legs, just move a little bit in front of your feet to make sure that you have enough space and making sure your spine is lengthened. So straight your spine, making sure all the feet is on the ground for you. Right, and then you can slowly paddle your legs. Okay, let me help you. So first, don't move, be careful. So the back is moving it back, slowly moving back. So yes, you can bend your knees as much as possible if you don't feel comfortable with, but making sure the spine is straight, okay? And then you can slowly try to move your knees and feet. Just paddle the legs, okay? But when you paddle the legs, don't move your hips, okay? Don't move your hips. Correct, yes. So you will feel this part, you are trying to lengthen it just as you are touching a wall, okay? Yes. So stay here for 5 to 8 breaths, okay? If you feel discomfort, you can try change the length between your legs and hands to make your gesture fast, comfortable, okay? Because currently your knees is a little bit cross-fingered. Cross, okay. Right, okay. So in this downward facing dog, let's take some breath. Inhale. And sometimes you can try to move your neck a little bit. Yes, just make it smooth. Okay, from here, with inhale, we slowly move on the top of the mat. And slowly just move halfway up. Put your hands in your thing. And then plant your hands and then move up slowly. Vibrate by vibrate. And then put your arms up to the sky. Then you put down the arms, exhale. Standing, move your arms up. And we slowly turn to point, interface our fingers to the left. And try to keep your shoulders down. And exhale, move to the center. Inhale to the right side. Exhale to the center. And arms down to the side of your legs. And we can move a little bit forward, back forward, just to relax. Then we're gonna move to our sun salutations. Remember, just stand at the top of your mat, reach your arms up, look at the sky, gaze down, just slowly bend your back a little bit. And then we move forward fold. just plant your hands as possible as into your land, grounded, and then let your chest to touch your thigh. And then move your right hand back. Knees down. Okay. Bend your left knees. Bend your left knees. Okay. And then tuck your toes. Tuck your right toes up and let your left toes to meet your right. High plank. And then bend your knees. The toes stay tucked. And then bow halfway. And from the chin to your chest, little cobra. And you can move to cobra or upper dog. And then tuck your toes, downward facing dog. So from here, you're just making sure you take a breath. In and out. And then bending your knees a little bit. Bend your knees to touch your chest. And make your right legs between your hands. Bend the right knees. And tuck your left toes up. And slowly make the left toes to meet your right. And then from here, inhale, move vertebra by vertebra. And then we go upper arms, look in the sky. And exhale, hands down. So this is salutation A. Okay, so let's do it again. So hands up, inhale, gaze up, and slowly smooth bend your back. And then we go forward fold. And from here, you can bend your knee a little bit if you don't feel comfortable with, and back your left legs. So bend your right knees and knees down, left knees down. And here, keep your spine straight. Look in the front. And then we tuck our left toes, lift the whole leg up, and then use the right leg to meet with your left, high plank. From here, we do bow bone, bend your elbow, no, knees first, down, knees down. Take the elbow bend, and then slowly move to the halfway. And for a moment, the whole body engaged, and you just bring knees, chest, chain to the ground. And then you can lift it up a little bit to a small cobra. And tuck your toes. Lift your body, and then downward facing dog. So from here, we can take some breath. Move your legs and body, and slowly move to the front of your mat. From here, we move vertebra by vertebra. And raise up and arms. So then put our arms down, exhale, sun salutation. Okay, take a breath here. Flex your shoulders, and then we're gonna do it again. So, lift your arms, look up, bend your back a little bit. And then we're gonna do forward fold. Forward fold. Plant your hands in the ground. And then we do right legs back. So put your right legs back. Bend your left knees and lower your knees off the right side. And then you're gonna look up, straight your spine always. And this time, you're gonna tuck your toes, tuck your right toes, and lift up a little bit put your left hand to meet your right. High plank. So at this time, just put your knees down, exhale, and slowly bend your elbow. So put halfway down and slowly chest and chins to the ground. Inhale, small cobra. And exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot, tuck your toes. Right foot forward into your hands. Look front. And then tuck your left toes and to meet with your right. So come to standing. Slowly come to standing. Uttanasana. Exhale. Raise your hand up. Inhale. Exhale. Put the arms down. Okay, congratulations. This is our third sun salutations. So we're gonna do it again. Okay. Arms up. Looking to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Still plant your hand. And we're gonna put our weight on the right legs and then put our left legs back. So knees down and bend our right legs. Okay? Bend our right legs. Okay. And then we're gonna tuck our left legs up a little bit and then put our right legs back. High plank. And here, just take a breath in and put our knees down. Looking forward, slowly bend your elbow from chin to the chest to the ground. And look up, little cobra. Inhale, exhale, tuck your chest. Downward facing dog, lift up. So from here, we're gonna do our left hand, lift our left leg in between our hands. So slowly using our right legs to meet with our left. And slowly move up a little bit. Vertebra by vertebra, one more time. And inhale, raise our arms up. Okay, lower our arms, exhale. Congratulations, this is our first time of our sun salutations. Are you comfortable with that? Okay, so let's do this last round of sun salutations. All right, arms up, inhale, looking up at the sky. And slowly bend our back. Okay, so exhale, forward fold. Look down, plant our hands on the ground. And this time we're gonna move our right legs back. Bend our left knees and then put our right knees down. Okay, so at this time, you're gonna tuck your right toes up and swing your left legs back to meet right. High plank. And then you can swing a little bit to the front shoulders. So move a little bit in the front shoulders and then bend your knees at the floor and slowly move down from your chin to your chest to the ground. And exhale, inhale, small cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, inhale, take your left legs in between your hands. And then we're gonna slowly move our right legs to meet our left and slowly move vertebra by vertebra and reach up our arms. Inhale, exhale. All right, finish our sun salutation. Take our hands in the center of our hand and shift our weight to our left hand. So pull our right knees to the chest. So guide your knees to the right. And make sure all your weight is at your left legs. And guide your legs to either place your right legs in the ankle, lower legs, or upper legs. So don't put this right legs to your knees, just making sure you don't pressure your knees. So try to make sure that is into your inner thigh. And be centered a little bit. And then we inhale, raise our hand to the top. So find a floor or some strategy that you can focus on. So breathe in, breath out. It's okay if we fall off, just get it back whenever you are ready. This is tree pose. And then take a little bit more breath. Breath in, breath out. Okay, slowly put our hands down, exhale, and put our legs down to the floor. So shake it a little bit. Okay, let's try another side. So leave your weight on your right legs. Just swing a little bit your weight on your right legs. And then bend your left knees too close to your body. And then guide the left knees to the left side. And then slowly make your left legs to either place it in your lower legs or in the higher legs inside your side. Okay, find a balance there. And then inhale, raise your arms up. And then take a breath in and out. Just focus on your breath. Find a strategy that you can focus on and be still. Try to be still, but it's okay if you are wandering or if you cannot be still. And if it's so hard for you to the upper side of your leg, just put your leg in the close to your ankle. Yes. So just be still and making sure the spine was straight. Okay? So yes, make sure your hands was touching each other on the top. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Stay here. So we take a breath in. Breath out. Okay. And when we exhale, just put our arms down and the feet down. Okay. Shaking a little bit. So this is our tree pose. Put the right legs back. So slowly we move to the back of our mat. So then slowly bend our right knees. Okay? So making sure your hips is pointing out to the front and your left ankle is tackled on the ground. Okay? So making sure your pivot table is point to the front. And right now, let's raise a little bit, making sure our spine is straight. Move a little bit up our arms. Warrior one. So slowly stays in here, and your left toes can touch really hard into the floor. Okay, just be strong. So in here we breathe a few times. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Breath very smoothly, and you can choose to look up or look in the front. But making sure your shoulder is away from your ear. This is warrior one, so making sure it's very grounded and very strong legs that we can support ourselves. Okay? And from here, we're gonna move very, very slowly to a next transition. So let's take one more breath, raise a little bit higher, and from here, we're gonna change slowly to the toes to point out to the left. So then point your arms to a T. Okay? So situate yourself here. So let the right knee stays bended And the left leg, the left toe is pointing to the side wall. So that your pivot floor is going to be point from front to the side wall, okay? Making sure the hips is here. So open up your arms as a T, warrior two. Strong arms and strong legs. And from here, we're gonna stay for a few breaths. So breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. And you can try to move a little bit lower. But it's okay if you feel hard to move lower, then you just stay here, right? Sometimes the flying can be very tensions into this positions, but making sure the T of your arms stays there. So take some breath here. Keep strength. And let's take one more full breath. And then keep your legs as stable as they can, but bend your right elbow to put it down at your right thigh. Move up your arms to the sky, but then slightly hinge forward. All right? So making sure the whole line of your bodies is in the same directions. So this is our Paradhanasana side angle. This can help you very strengthen your spine. On the stretch day, you should look up, right? Look up. So making sure your arms is straight and look up a little bit. So then you can comfortably move your left shoulder away from your ear, right? So don't crunching your back. Just make the spine very straight, okay? So strong legs, so don't move your legs, okay? Good, good, good. So take some breath here. Breath in, breath out. So this side angle really help us to hinge forward and then slowly move back our arms. Let it guide our bodies back to our warrior two. And from here, let's slowly move our right legs a little bit inwards and point out our toes to front. Oh, sorry. So the right toes still point out front, but then let's do a triangle pose. So stay warrior two, but hinge forward a little bit. Let the right hand guide your body, and then going down to touch your ankle or your toes. So if you feel discomfort, you can move a little bit up. Yes, exactly. Okay, so the left toes gonna point in the front. Okay, so the right hand is kind of like touching the ankle. Okay, so the left arms is going to be pointing out to the sky. So look up at the sky. Correct, yes. So let's take some breath. So making sure the left shoulder is in the line of right shoulder. Okay, so take a breath in and breath out. Breath in, breath out. Okay, so slowly we're going to put down our left arms. Slowly move up a little bit and back to our right. And from here, we're going to push down our arms, point out our toes in the front, and then hinge our hips. So push your hips back and slowly hinge forward and then forward fold. Okay, so your arms can go grab your ankles. But if it's too hard for you, you can grab anywhere that's from this lower legs, okay? And if you can do that, you can actually grab your big toes, okay? Correct, yes. So hinge forward, but making your spine straight and slowly push your chest into your thigh. Yes, deep fold. All right, so sometimes you can move a little bit about your hips, just making sure you're not to lock your knees. Do not lock your knees, okay? Great. So from here, take a full breath. When we exhale, we put our arms on our hips. Put our arms on our hips. Okay, and slowly move up halfway. Straight our spine. And then from here, we slowly move up and look up our front sky. Okay, from here, Exhale. Put down our arms and let our left hand bend the left knees. Okay, yes. So we're gonna go to the left side of the sequence. So bend our left knees, making sure our right knees is kind of pointing out to the front, okay? But deep rooted, okay? So then take a deep breath, move our arms up to the sky, warrior one. The same thing, so bend your left knees. Yes, very good. So in here, your toes can move a little bit in the front. Correct, yes, yes. But point to the front. Point your toes to the front. Point this left toes to the front. Yes, okay. So this is warrior one, okay? Correct, yes. Okay, making sure all your pivot is pointing out to the front. That follows on your toes direction. Yes, exactly. But here, making sure you bend your knees a little bit. Exactly, okay. Very good, very good. Okay, take a few breaths. And then we slowly move our arms when we change our toes direction to the side wall. Warrior two. Open our arms to a T, but like left knee stay bended, okay? And open wide to the T. And take a breath. Warrior two. Same thing. So stay strong. Yes, you did a very good job. So making sure your arms, yes, stays to a T. Correct. Okay. Yes. So whenever you transit from warrior one to warrior two, the pivot, you're gonna move a little bit. Exactly. But arms, yes, stay strong. Okay. From warrior two, let's slowly bend our left arm to the thigh and move our right hand to the side wall. Triangle, side angle. Side angle pose is Paranagosana. So this really shifts our strength on the side body. From here, just take a few breaths. Okay? So, yes, yes. Okay. Good, good, good. So from the side angle, really take a breath in. And we move up a little bit from here. And try to narrow down a little bit from the length of our knees and toes. And from here, let's do a T. Open up our arms to a T again. But then let the left hand guide you through. Hinge forward a little bit. And then put the left hand down to your ankle or your lower legs. And your right arms point out to the sky. Triangle pose. From here, the whole body is lined up in a strong position of the legs. So triangle pose. And from here, take a breath in, breath out. So inhale, we're gonna lift up a little bit, back to the arm, the T pose, warrior two. And from here, you can move your toes back to point out to the front. And then same thing, hinge your hips back. Hinge forward and then forward fold. So put your arms on your ankle or lower legs. Or if you can do that, you can actually hinge to grab your big toes. Okay, yes. So making sure your spine is straight and flat. And at this time, we slowly touch our chest to our thigh as much as possible. Okay, so we'll touch here, grab here, and making sure you don't lock your knees. Exactly, okay. You can open very wide if you want, but making sure the hips are up, yes, 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 okay. All right. From here, you can shake your head, shake your head a little bit. Okay, and you can shake your hips as well. Shake your hips, completely flexible. And from here, we slowly put our hands at our back and rely on it to point our body to halfway lift. Then slowly lift up to the sky. And exhale, hands down. Very good. On top of our mat, shift our legs a little bit, just relax. So from here, hand to the hips. Left legs back to a halfway. And it's open to 45 degrees of the toes. And from here, let's keep this straight off the back and hinge forward. Slowly hinge forward to halfway. And then down to the bottom. And in here, we stay for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So from here, we're gonna slowly move to our twist angle. So making sure if you need some help, you grab a block. Okay? So first, we're gonna bring our left arms down. So if you need a block, just put your blocks near your left side. And then from here, reach your right arms up. Look up and really open your chest to the side body. Don't hinge your chest. And look up. Yes, very good. So making sure your left hand is kind of like facing inward. Yes, okay. Very good. Okay. From here, we do 2 breaths. Look up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So this is our twist triangle. So from here, we slowly put down our right arms and back to the center place. So from here, we're going to raise our bodies, slowly move to the center. And we bring together our toes. Okay, shake a little bit, we're going to do another side. So from here, back our right legs to 45 degrees at the same side with the left side. And hand to the hips, making sure you have a straight back and hinge forward. Slowly hinge forward to the halfway. Look down. And from halfway, we slowly hinge forward to the bottom. If you could, we can reach your chest to your thigh, but if not, we're gonna stay still. So making sure you don't lock your knees, okay? So the left knees can stay relaxed and bend it a little bit. So here, let's take 2 of the breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So same thing from here. You're gonna plant your right hand to the side of your left foot. And if you need, you can put a block here to help you with that. And reach your left hand up. Look up and open your chest to the left side. So this is our twisted triangle. Again, we open our left side of the body. Okay, from here, take 2 of the breath. Yes, correct. Very good. So open your chest a little bit. So making sure your weight is on your left hand, so don't give too much pressure on your right side. Okay. Okay. From here, we're gonna slowly move to the center. So put down your left arms to the center, look down, and slowly move up, vertebra above vertebra. And we're gonna stay to the neutral place. And hand to the hip, and we bring together our feet. Okay, we finish our side twist triangle. We're gonna move to our next action is squat. So open our feet to the mat wide, or if you have the wide mat, just open a little bit wider than your shoulder. So from here, hand to the hips or to the heart center, and we slowly move down our hips down to the squat. Very slow. And at here, you can either stay with yogi squat, malasana, and you can either swing a little bit. If you find it's difficult, yes, you can step on the floor, but making sure your legs are open wide with an angle, and put your hands in the middle of your heart. So this can really help you open our pelvic floor and open our hips. Correct. So making sure you have the right angle that you can work with. So all the ankles stays naturally. Okay, so the back has to straight a little bit. Okay, yeah, don't hinge your back. You really have a back issue. Okay? In here we stay a little bit, and sometimes we can swing it from side to side to try to open our hips a little bit more. And we take a little bit to breath here. So breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Okay. So from here, what we can do next is actually bring our toes together. It's similar to the touch toes butterfly positions, but instead of swing our knees, what we're gonna do is put hands to hold our toes, but straight our backs. And hinge a little bit forward, look forward. This can really help us stretch our pivot table. So stretch a little bit. So keep breath in and out. Yes, correct. So at this time, you don't put too much pressure on your neck. Yeah, the neck straight naturally. And just try a little bit hinge forward. And sometimes, if you feel difficult, you can try to put your hands before your legs and try to move a little bit forward. But at this time, you don't bring it too far, making sure your back is straight. Okay? Yes. You just feel a little bit pressure when we stretch. So next, we're gonna move to another stretch pose. So straight your legs a little bit in the front. Put it in your front, bend your legs, and open your hips here, right? Just, yeah, set very roundly on the mat. So from here, you can keep your knees bended so that you don't sacrifice your back. Yes, you can bend your knees a little bit. So let's raise up our arms on the top, straight our spine. Yes, straight our spine, and fold forward to grab our feet. Yes, that's very good. Yeah, very good. So it stays here so that you can feel this stretch on your back, right? Yeah. Do you feel that? Okay. So we stays here for the stretch for 2 more breaths. So breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Okay, we stretch our back. And then from here, you can either do 2 variations. Either you can put your legs on one side, or you can cross your legs and then hinge forward so we come to the table pause. So let's stay at the tabletop. And from tabletop, let's tuck our toes and move our hips towards the sky, downward facing dog. So from here, we can shake a little bit our legs, pedal a little bit, relax our back and legs. Take a few breaths here. And then we put down our knees to the high plank. No, okay, sorry for here. It's like we move forward our shoulders, in the front, to shape our shoulders to the front, high plank. So from downward facing dog, shift our shoulder a little bit to high plank. From high plank, let's bring down our knees, chin, and chest to the ground. And from here, we can do a small cobra and stays inhale and exhale to the ground. Okay. From here, we're gonna move our shoulders and we're gonna put our arms at our back. So raise our arms a little bit, palm facing up. Palm facing up to the side of our body, so not the center of the body. So put our arms on the side of our body, really opens our arms, and then lift our chin and chest. Yes, raise a back stretch. So here you can either choose to open your arm, you open your legs to making sure your legs lift. You can choose to open your legs a little bit to bring this easier for you. But making sure you lift high as much as possible to lift your chest. And from here, you just breath 2 of the breath. Take 2 of the breath. Breath in and breath out. Breath in. Raise
Breath out. Okay, slowly down to the ground. Okay, relax. And we're gonna do it again. So raise our arms up, bring that shoulders up and chest up. And lift your legs as well. Slowly bend upward. Okay? And feel this engagement from the back. And take 2 breaths. Breath in. Lift. Breath out. Breath in. Lift. Breath out. Okay, relax to the ground. Very nice. So from here, you can choose to roll from your right or left hand. So whichever you prefer. So if you're gonna roll from your right, you're gonna raise your right arms up and flip your body. Okay? So from here, we can take a few moments to rest and making sure your tailbone is pointed towards the ground. And there is no space between your lower back and the mat, okay? So put your heels, just put your heels as close as possible to your hip on the mat, on the mat, on the mat. Okay. And from here, you just move your shoulders side by side just to squeeze it a little bit inside, in close to each other. Squeeze your shoulders and then lift up your hips, shoulder bridge, okay? And from here, you can interlace your hands at the lower back to under your hips. Yes, interlace your arms and really reaches high off your hips. This is our bridge. Really feels the shoulder is engaged, okay? And the hips is high. And take 1 full breath. Breath in, breath out. And making sure your chin is point lower, right? Point to the chest so that you don't sacrifice your back. Okay, from here, you just interlace your arms, release your arms first, and then slowly move your hips back to the floor. Yes. All right, this is our first bridge. Take 1 breath. And we're gonna try it again, all right? So engage your shoulders, engage your hips, and really lift high to the bridge, okay? When you raise your hips high, just interlace your arms at the back. So making sure you really raise it up and engage the shoulders and chest forward to look at in your chest, right? So in this way, you can engage as much as possible. So lift high enough. Yeah, exactly. So sometimes the heel has to be open a little bit. Yes, open a little bit. Yes, open a little bit. Yes, very good. Okay. From here, reach high. Take 1 full breath, and I'm gonna release. Okay, release your arms first to the side of your body, and slowly move down your hips to the mat. Okay. All right. So now we put down our legs. So release the legs to the floor and bend the right legs. Bring the knees to the chest. Really engage this thigh and stretch. So you can move your ankles to try move it from side to side from here, and then open this knees of the right hand to the right side. Open it a little bit to the right side, and then bring it back to the center. And from here, raise your left hand to your right knees and guide it to the left side. So your right arms and shoulders stay grounded. Okay, this is our soft twist, side body twist. Nothing fancy, but just twist your body again. So from here, take 2 more breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, so use your left hand to guide the right knees back to the center. Inhale. Exhale, pull the knees down. Okay, we're gonna try it again. So this time is left side. So bend your left knees to your chest. Okay, you can hug your knees, move it as a circle from the right or side by side. Okay, and you can open a little bit to the left side using your left arms to guide that knees. And from here, bring it slowly back to the center. And use your opposite arms, which is right arms, to guide this left knees to the right side. And the left arm stays grounded. Look at the left side, making sure your body is in the twist position. And take 2 full breaths here. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Okay. From here, we finish to the left side of the twist, and then using the same arms that we guide our left knees back to the center. Inhale. And then we release, exhale. Okay, from here, you can still try your 2 of the legs and finish the rest of the position that you need or your body allows today. So you can either hug your knees again, bring it up and down, or side by side, or you can extend this to happy baby. If you want, you can grab both your heel or toes at the bottom of your legs, and then you waggle side by side. You can shift a little bit and finish whatever today that allows your bodies to. Or if you want, you can release your legs and maybe do some small twist of your neck. Just really release the tensions. Okay. All right. So from here, it's coming to our end of our practice today. So making sure you are very relaxed, very grounded to your format of today. And on your mat, you can slowly close your eyes and come to today's Shavasana. When you are going to the Shavasana, so making sure your legs are straight, your arms are open. You can either facing your palms up or down to receive the energy or invite the energy into your Shavasana. And you can either keep wide of your legs or narrow your legs. So whichever that works for you for today. So we're gonna take about 5 minutes for the Shavasana. In the Shavasana, you can revisit today's practice and revisit the intention that we set for today. And take a deep breath in and out to help you ground yourself into this state.
Alright, about the end of our Shavasana, try to move your tips or your tips of your hand or your toes a little bit, just to wake your bodies up. Bring your intention back and your consciousness back. So from here, you can either stay close your eyes or you can open your eyes a little bit. Take times as you need it. And slowly transit to the side of your body so you can bend your elbows and to make it right to the right side. So you can slowly move your body to the right side as a child pose, but in a side way. And then you can use your left hand to guide your body up. And we can return to our seated positions. And we can slowly raise up our arms to the top. And bring them back to the third eye, the forehead of our body. And we thanks for your practice today. We thanks for you treat yourself today in a gentle and kindness way. And we want to thank you for being here, being present for today's practice. And I thank you so much for joining us today. And that is end of our practice. Namaste.
Namaste.
All right. Thank you for your practice. Do you have any questions for today's practice?
No, very good. Thank you.